Welcome back, and today what we're going to be talking about is we're actually going to be talking about Abyss 1, because I have this team that I've put together. There is a little bit unique with this team, not a ton. I mean, I do have a lot of the meta units in this team. I have Init in this team. Init is here for his damage reduction that he does on his basic. He does damage reduction 30%. He's got this up pretty much all the time, so that is a huge help. He also does do a little bit of buffing to allies with the ancient cores. Yeah, ancient cores give a damage increase. It's only like 15% after the first one, but it's a little bit extra anyways, so it works. So he is there for that. He is A1. I don't remember what his A1 gives. His A1 gives one more ancient core. Alright, that's cool at all. But I also have Ares here. Now, Ares is somebody who most people do not use, especially in the end game. I am using him as my tank for this fight. He is a fighter. He is not a tank. However, I have built him very tanky. His defense is a bit low, but his HP is very high. But the reason I did this is because, like Torador, he applies defense reduction on his basic attack. That's great and all. However, when he ults, he also has a chance to inflict physical damage vulnerability, which stacks with defense reduction. So this is a 20% damage or defense reduction and a 30% physical damage vulnerability. So these two stack with each other, making it so that he allows my physical damage dealers to do more damage. And even though my team is very magic heavy, the physical side does the most damage. Now, this also has a chance of just 25% chance of doing it on his basic. That we're not really counting on. It's mainly the attack speed that the ultimate that we're counting on it. And we also have this, and he does it on deployment. Mine is A5. Now, lucky, unlucky, doesn't really matter. The only one that really helps him in this case is the A1, and that just increases his attack speed by 100 during his ult. He just attacks faster, and that's it. He's got a little bit more attack. His ultimate ignores damage. You'll see in the fight, he does not do any real damage. I also don't have him built to do a ton of any damage. And then A5 is his whirlwind. A whirlwind cut can be triggered on death. This applies the physical vulnerability, but if he dies, the run's over. So it's kind of pointless. Literally all of his awakenings do absolutely nothing except for the A1. So for this fight in particular. So that's why he's here. Fercy, Aelin, healers, and AoE damage reduction. That's why they're there. Dao Chan, also AoE damage reduction, as well as the inspiration buffs. Kigiri and Wukong are both A5. I don't want to hide that at all. They are both A5. They are both geared fairly well. We'll go more over the gear at the end of the fight. I just want to kind of give you a rundown of the team real quick. Ingrid is a 3. There is a way that we have to do her in the fight so that she lines up good for the magic shields. Nestia and Numera are both A0. I believe they're the only A0s of this team. And one, it's because they're new. Two, it's because I got very unlucky with Numera. I managed to get lucky on the very last day that she was on banner and pull her. And then Nestia, I got lucky on, again, last day. I ended up single pulling her on Ancients. She does very well here. She actually does a ton of damage. I did not expect her to do as much damage as she does. She puts out some damage. And she enables Numera to put out a good bit of damage as well. So, what I'll do is I will go into this fight, and I will do the placements. I'll do the fight. If it doesn't work out how I had recorded it, because I did record this, I spent a couple hours getting the timings down and all that. I did that the other night. So if I mess up at all during this fight, I'll at least get the placements down so you can see that, and I'll try and get the timings down so you can understand what I did and when I did and why I did certain things. So let's go ahead and play test this, and let's see. So the first person I put down is Wukong in this fight. And I put him in a somewhat unique place to most teams that I've seen. Where I put Wukong is I put him right here facing this way. And then I put Ares right here facing this way. He still can attack the boss, but this way he gives Wings of Grace to Wukong. So Wukong now has his Wings of Grace. And then what I do is I place Kigiri here, and then I put Dao Chan right here. Now, this is another reason why Ares is not built for damage. He's out of the inspiration range. So that's just how it is. So once we get Dao Chan down, we switch her immediately. And then our next highest damage dealer of this comp is Nestia. So we put her down, and then we use Fercy to buff her. And then the very last one is, or Nestia is the last one there. Numera is the third most damage dealer. So after we get her placed and her buffed, we put Nestia down, and then we put Aelin down to buff her. So now all of our main damage dealers should have inspiration. So what I will do is I will put Ingrid down and Init down. Now, the reason I keep on pausing like this is so I can go over the explanations, and early on it is very quick on what we got to do. We got to pretty much insta-ult with Kigiri, Ares, and Wukong as soon as they're up. I'm going to ult with all three of these guys, and this way we have all the stacks of Soulbound Arcana stacked up for the entire team already, because a lot of our team is in Soulbound Arcana. So, before I go too far into this, so let's see. Now that we have everybody triggered, so let's go up like this. And unfortunately, Kigiri is a little bit late here. Normally, I would want Kigiri to ult there. So, but we see that Numera has inspiration. We see that Nestia here has inspiration, Wukong, and Kigiri. So, now that you see that, I'm going to do this one more time, and I'm going to wait just a second to switch Dao Chan, because she does give a little bit of rage regen as well in her healer form, if I remember correctly. Let's check that real quick, actually. See if I'm wasting my time with this. But that is the placements that I do for this fight. We'll get into the fight here in just a second. I just want to confirm something real quick. So, physical damage reduction. Okay. Maybe she doesn't give some rage regen. Yeah, so she doesn't give any rage regen. I was misremembering that. I just need to get a little bit faster with my placements, I guess. All right, so let's go ahead back in here and let's see how this goes. This one I will be a little bit more, a little bit quicker with the placements. Wukong, Ares, Kigiri, Dao, Numera, Fercy, Stia, Aelin. All right, and there we go. And we got 4 ults in already. So Kigiri may be ready by the time this is done. As soon as this is done, we ult with Kigiri just to get some early damage in there. And we'll see already. We already got 655k from Kigiri, 499 from Wukong. Okay, so see, he got that ult off immediately. Yes, we're missing the vulnerability from Ares, but that's okay, because we're going to get a ton of damage here. And you'll see that 1245 there, 1921, and then 7k, 9k. And then we ult with both of these guys. We ult with Ingrid again. We don't do much on this first phase here, because honestly, this first phase, doesn't isn't too dangerous for us. We can ult with Percy. There's no harm in that at this point in the fight. Ingrid is in her single target mode, so we'll switch her back into her multi-target mode. And the reason for this is so she doesn't get locked out into her single target mode on the overdrive. And we're going to be switching her back and forth periodically throughout the physical phase, so that as soon as the magic phase pops up, I can switch her into the single target mode and we're good to go. So this hits, and then right after this is where he starts his shield. So with his shield hits, we want to ult with Kigiri and Wukong. Now they're not ready. Once this gets to, I believe, the R on this one, instance of damage hits. Nope, this one is the P. As soon as this shield gets to the P here, that's when that instance of damage hits, and you want Kigiri to be ulting during that. He will then counter and do damage. And then what we do is we wait for Kigiri to kill this so that Wukong can come in and hit when he's on the vulnerability stage. So we have these guys all ready. Perfect. And we are going through this first phase. Ideally, we'd want to see about 10k going into this next phase. We're not going to see that. I think we're going to be a little bit short. Yeah, we're about 700 blood short. But I didn't even tell you the damage I get with this team. This team doesn't die to a shield. Generally, what this team dies to is actually the fourth physical stage. The fourth physical stage, I take too much damage and I can't survive it. So that's what kills this team. If I had a bit better gear on my healers, I might be able to survive it, and we might be able to push 60k with this team. But this team, the highest I've gotten is just over 44k. So that's what we're aiming for. So as soon as we see that this dragon is being promoted, we're going to ult with all three of these guys. Because as soon as that wording comes up, he has already switched modes, and my magic damage dealers are going to be doing the most damage to them. Physical damage dealers, they're not doing anything anymore. They're only doing 10 hits at this point. See, that white number was a red, or was a like white. It was only 10, whereas the purple is now showing as higher numbers. That means that we're getting more damage. And we can look at this by looking at Numera. See, Numera, she's all of a sudden going up much faster than what she was. Init is also going up, but as soon as Nestia ults, she's gonna boost her damage a ton. So at this point, what I was doing with my previous team is I was ulting with Wukong in between phases on this, just because why not? I'm actually gonna save him for only when we're on physical, just so he has his 5 stacks asunder. See if that helps a little bit more with damage. So we got a Drake's Bellow coming in here. Drake's Bellow does a good bit of damage, but what we do is we heal up with Percy. After this Seismic Slam, we then ult with Aelin, and Aelin just keeps us healed up. We have a little bit before this shield comes up. This first phase, I could push a little bit more with Numera. So what I could do is I could ult with her here, push a little bit more damage out, and then I should be ready with Ingrid, and we can look at that. She's got 3 stacks here. Once this gets to 5, she'll be doing her overdrive mode, which will do a ton of damage to that magic shield. And it should time out that she gets that right about the time that the shield comes up. So as you can see, Kigiri 60 mil, Wukong 37 mil. Kigiri really excels in this fight. I will say that much. Kigiri is insane in this fight. So we are healing up. We are no worries of dying right here. The thing that we have to worry about next is this meteoric delage. And why I can't say that today, I don't know, but I'm not going to record just for that. So what we want to do is we want to ult with Kigiri about the time where it gets to the R or the C, whichever one you feel more comfortable with, and Kigiri will counter and dodge it. This does target Ares because he has the most HP. So we're safe on that sense, but it does do a bit AoE damage. And this is why I say you want to trigger it a little bit early, because you saw that first one, it hit before that that bar was finished. It does hit a little bit early. I don't know why, but yeah. So Ares, he survived that, but as you can see, he's not going to survive too many more of those. Now, the reason he is here and Wukong is here is because my Wukong is at least A1. He's A5, but A1 gives monkey business to allies within one tile or within 2 tiles of him after his first ult. So this means that Ares now has monkey business, which is a self-res. As long as it works correctly, it will self-res him 1 time, giving him the same general self-res that Torador has, which is why Ares can take Torador's place here. So we are going into the shield phase now, and she's got her 5 stacks. She just started her overload. So this is going to be doing a ton of damage to this. And Nestia just so happens to be ulting as well. We can ult with Ares, and this should break this shield no problem. And because we broke this shield, we can hit with Numera on the vulnerability state, which will push a good bit more damage. Now, ideally, we'd be at around 20k at this point. This is going to be a somewhat low run, it seems, but it should easily push the 35k chest, as long as I don't screw up at all. Now, what we want to do is, we know that he's going to be switching over soon, so we want to trigger Ares a little bit early, see if we can get that physical vulnerability up, and there he is. He's switching over already. So what we want to do is, the boss will have these lines coming in, and when the lines come in, that's when he does damage. We want to ult with Kigiri and then with Wukong. Now, the only reason we're doing that is to push a bit more damage. We want both the defense down and physical vulnerability up, but we also want Kigiri's bleed up, because that increases physical damage by another 10%. So that'll buff our Wukong's damage a good bit more. We're really min-maxing this run as best as possible. That's so I will wait for those lines to start coming in, and we have both the physical defense down and physical vulnerability, but you see these it's like charging up for an attack, and right there we'll ult and trigger Kigiri. As soon as we see that bleed go on, we got that bleed, we'll ult with Wukong just to push more damage. 10% more damage is no joke. Now, what we can do is we can ult with Numera here. She's going to be ready before the next phase, no problem. It's not going to hurt us any. So she is doing a little bit of true damage. I don't know if that counts, but if it does, hey. Now, we do want to switch Ingrid back to her AoE mode, and we want to switch her back and forth a couple times throughout this phase. It doesn't do anything for her, but it just allows us to time her correctly for the next magic phase. So this, what we're going to do is, I should have done this right before that hit. We're going to be fine here, it seems. But after this Drake's Bellow, we ult with Aelin, and we just try and keep everybody healed up as much as possible. We're saving Kigiri's ult at this point for the shield. Ideally, we'd have Ares ult up, so I should have ulted with him a bit earlier. It happens. We should be fine without it. So there's the Worm's Wrath. We wait for that to hit. After that hits, we're going into the next shield phase already. They go quick. So after this shield phase starts up, this one, we wait for it to get to, I believe, about the R. And as soon as it gets to the F, we can trigger Kigiri, because at the R, it'll do an instance of damage. Now, the instance of damage is different on each shield, and I don't know what it is for the third one, because I haven't gotten there. But for the first one, it's when the bar gets to the P. For the second one, it's when the bar gets to the R. So we'll wait for it to get to the F. We'll do Kigiri, and instantly, it was between the R and the F, but hey, it works. We also have both defense down and physical vulnerability, so that works. As soon as that bleed goes up, we ult with Wukong to kill this shield, and this should get this shield done pretty easily. And there it is. So there's that shield broken. So third shield, or the third total shield broken, second physical shield broken. This will put us up to about 30k we want to be at this point. So let's go ahead and switch Ingrid. Oh, I didn't switch her enough throughout this phase. Unfortunately, that might screw up our timing a little bit. So we're going to be a good bit late on her with this next shield, which is a problem. But as I said, as soon as the words come up of the dragon is being promoted, you want to ult with your magic people if they're quick to come back. In it is that probably about the closest it comes to not coming back, but we're going to be saving Numera for this shield phase this time. So Ingrid, we really want to switch because we're going to be very late on her, and it might mess us up on this next shield phase, to be honest. So we got her switched finally. This Drake's Bellow, we want to ult with Fercy. We also want to switch Dao Chan into her mitigation mode just to give us a little bit more survivability, because this is where it gets really, really hard to survive. So we'll switch her, and generally with my current build, I try and wait till about 96% on Aylin's ult before I ult with Fercy, because that means around the Seismic Slam, I normally ult with Aylin around the LS area, and then I was a bit late and Numera died. That's what I get for that. As you could see, this kind of fell apart in the end. We're not going to have enough time to get Ingrid back, so we wouldn't have beat the magic phase anyways with this. So that is the general gist of this team. That's how I fight it. At this point, I would switch Dao Chan over. Ingrid would be in her overload state. It would be back right about in time for the shield, and Numera just ulted into the shield. And with Ingrid ulting at this point, or not ulting, but in the overload state, and Numera doing her damage, this would be a good run. And I will show you this, and that gets about half, or about 2/3 of the way, I'd say. Yeah, about 2/3 of the way. So that's the run. I would normally be able to push another 10k out of this. So what I'll do is I will go ahead and restart. I will do a full run, but I will speed it up a little bit. I'll do the placements in real time, and then the fight I'll speed up. I'll do it at like 2 times speed, so you can still see what's going on, but it's not too fast. And what I'll do is I'll mute myself so that if you want to watch it at half speed on YouTube does allow you to watch things at half speed. You could watch it at half speed and you can see exactly what I'm doing at the real time that I'd be doing it in the fight. So we'll go ahead and restart this and we'll go into it. So as you see, that was about 43k, not quite my highest. That's a little bit of variance, honestly. You can see Kigiri did the most, Wukong did the second most, then Nestia and Numera were fourth and third, respectively. Ingrid did 40. She probably could be geared better, but the biggest thing she's here for is enabling Kigiri and Wukong to do a ton more damage because they are in a Watcher comp. In it here, like I said, he's here for the damage down. I could probably swap him out for somebody else if I timed Nestia out a little bit better. And if I was able to use Nestia as just my sole damage down unit, I could. If I had Vorn, he'd work perfect here. Honestly, he'd be the ideal person. But even the epic Lord that we got for free might work here just to enable a little bit more poisons. But let's go over the gear, and you saw the timings, all that. So it's just the gear to go over now. Gear and artifacts. So what we'll do is we'll go down the line, starting with the top with Ingrid here. She is in Infernal Roar gear. She's pretty low on HP. If I had higher HP, my people could probably survive a little bit more too. She's got she's got a ton of attack, 26k attack. She's got a 1.7% or second attack interval, and she's got 306% crit damage. She is running Tear of Twilight, like you would normally on a magic damage dealer like that, a mage, and she is A3. The A3 is why I need to time out her overload phases, but that's pretty much just how it is. This piece, HP bonus with 3 stats. This one is a quad stat piece. This is a really good piece. It might be my best, it might not be, I don't know. But yeah, this is a really good piece. This is a variant piece that honestly, I don't know if it helps at all, but it does have a 12% chance of dealing 100% physical AoE magic damage or physical damage to up to 5 nearby targets whenever the hero's HP is reduced. Does this ever do anything on the physical side? I don't know, but it's also got good substats, so I rolled with it. I needed HP, she needs attack speed, crit damage, and attack bonus, so this worked out perfect for me. This attack bonus with a quad stat, a little bit more HP, like I said, could always be helpful. And then attack bonus with crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, and HP. In this case, the only other ones that I had available to me had HP percentage, but this flat HP was just a little bit better. So that's what I went with. Always double check to see if your percentage is better than your flats, because sometimes when you have a unit with low HP, the flats will do better. So that's Ingrid's gear. Now let's go to Wukong's gear. Wukong, like I said, is A5, so he is very strong. This is by no means early game content. I will say that. He is also in his Golden Crudgel, maxed out. I got lucky with it. I actually have an extra one now from the event. Just before the event, I ended up pulling 2. One on the Titan artifacts and then one on Exclusive Forge. And I was like, great. And then the event came out and I'm like, okay, well, I'll have an extra one now. I'll sell that after the update because you get extra for the update. Back to this, as my ADHD, runs a little bit wild. He is, let's see, 48k attack or HP. He's pretty HP intensive. He's got almost 30k attack. He's got a 1.4 second attack interval with 398 total attack speed, and he's running 329% crit damage. So he's got this variant piece here, which is a very good variant piece. It's after being deployed for 60 seconds, he increases his base attributes by 5%. This is very good for him. It is also a quad stat, this is probably one of the best pieces on my account. The substats aren't gold or anything like that, but between this and the renewed vigor, it's solid. So he's at attack bonus with crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, and HP flat. This one, I would like the crit damage to be a little bit higher. Like if it was purple, even close to gold, this would be an awesome piece as well. As is, it's a solid piece. And then I have another attack bonus. I'm running 3 attack bonus. I think that's what ended up being just the most damage for him in this case. That's just how it worked out. I did some testing with 2 attack, 1 crit damage, and a few different things. The 3 attack bonus just ended up doing more damage for me. Definitely test out with your own comp. Do what makes your units do the most damage. This just happened to work out for me, like I said. Attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, and then HP percentage. Then this weapon, a quad weapon. This is a Yovar exclusive. This very good weapon. 26% attack bonus, 30% crit damage, 65 attack speed, and 26% crit rate. This is a very good piece. I'm really happy with this piece. And then chest piece, not a quad, but I wanted the HP bonus anyways. Crit rate, attack bonus, crit damage, Wicked Vengeance over here as well, like the last 2 have been. And he is running Soulbound Arcana. That's why we want to get the ults out as fast as possible, because after 5 ults of people on the field, it increases his damage by 50%. So, Kigiri next, and we are in, actually, Cataclysm for him. Now, once we get to the ring, you'll see why, but he is 40k HP. He could be tankier, but because he can dodge that one hit, that's why we put him near Ares for that meteoric deluge. He is at 27k attack. He is at 1.5 second attack speed, or attack interval, 362 attack speed, and he is running 333% crit damage. And he is also running his exclusive maxed out. Like I said, this is not an early game thing to hit. So the Bangle is attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, rage regen. I would like attack speed on here, but the rage regen allows me to get some more ults off with him at key times, which allows me to get that early damage in. So that's why I did this piece. Then we have an attack bonus piece for the amulet. Again, Cataclysm. This is a quad stat amulet. Attack bonus, crit damage, attack speed, a flat attack, and then crit rate. This flat attack does help out quite a bit. I would like the attack speed to be a bit higher, but beggars can't be choosers, and just having this piece of gear I am very happy with. And then we go to the ring, and it's the Watchguard exclusive ring. Now, this allows him to do a ton more damage. This is a attack bonus ring with crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, and then healing effect. Now, most people will go, well, healing effect doesn't affect the damage dealers at all. This also does increase the amount of healing they receive. So let's see. Grants extra healing multiplier to increase the hero's healing amount during battle. So from what I understand, and I could definitely be wrong at this, with him having healing effect, it will heal him more because it'll take in both units' healing effects. If I'm wrong, definitely let me know. If you're not sure as well, maybe I'll do some testing at some point. But the exclusive for Watchguard increases damage and healing effect by 8%. So this just is a flat 8% extra damage. That's huge. On top of that, the Cataclysm set upon landing crit hit with basic attack increases the hero's damage by 10% for 5 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. this should always be at a permanent 50%. So 58% increased damage just because of these pieces right here. You can't get any more than that with any of the current gear. So Hell's what is this? Wicked Vengeance for the left side piece again. Now this is another quad weapon. Crit rate, attack speed, attack bonus, crit damage, all purple rolls. This is a very good weapon. I'm happy with it. I would like more of these, but can only do so much farming. And then this piece is a quad piece. I would like it to be higher because there's 2 blue stats, but it's still a solid piece. 24% crit or attack bonus, solid. Crit rate, crit damage, and attack speed. All of these I would like to be higher, but the biggest thing would be this attack speed and crit damage being a bit higher. It would just push his damage a little bit more. So that's how he's geared. The healers, they are a little bit less interesting. I just geared them with HP. Dao-chan in specific is HP, attack, and that's about it. So she is in her exclusive. I would like to get this a little bit more. I haven't gotten any more recently. I could increase it with those, but I will deal with this as is for now. It's getting me where I need to go. This is good for, you could put her in a, what do you call it? A golden scarab for that extra attack as well. That's ultimately however works best for you. So this, I wanted her to be a little bit tanky with plenty of attack. So attack bonus, flat attack, HP, and defense bonus. This one, attack bonus. There's no HP on this, which is unfortunate, but it does have some defense on it, so it does help out. And this one, attack bonus with HP bonus, heal effect, defense, and flat attack. So I'm pushing as much attack out of her as possible. Then her weapon, she's in Warlord for that 25% extra attack. This attack bonus is insane, 27%. And then flat HP defense percentage. And another 29% attack roll here with flat defense. I did want to put her in more HP bonus gear, but I can't turn down that 29% attack bonus roll with her being an inspiration unit. So on to Aylin, who Aylin was a fairly important healer. She is doing our most healing for this. She's our main healer for this. Percy helps, but he doesn't do a ton. Aylin is doing most of it. So she is at 31k HP. I would like her to be a bit higher, but that's what I could get her to. 11k attack. She is an attack-based healer. And then 1.1 second attack interval. And with a heal effect of 99. So she is also in invigoration, so this increases her heal effect by another 25. I'm not sure if that counts in here right off the bat, but attack bonus, HP bonus, defense bonus, flat attack, and attack speed. This is a really good piece. I'm happy with it. And then I believe I have her, yes, in a heal effect bangle. The reason this is because I couldn't find any bangles that fit exactly what I wanted. Now, ideally, this would be attack percentage with all of these substats, except for this would be heal effect. This crit damage would be heal effect. But this is what I got, and this is what works. The heal effect does increase her healing quite a bit, so it does help, and that 70 on attack speed does help. And then this attack bonus, attack speed, flat attack, flat HP, and attack HP bonus. This is a really good piece to help boost her up. And then I have her in Immortal Warrior. And this is defense, HP, and then just whatever attack bonus and attack speed I could find. This piece would generally be thrown out by most people's rules. I kept it specifically for stuff like this. And then the same with this. HP bonus, defense, and then attack speed. I would like this HP to be higher, but you know, ancient gear. It rolls like this sometimes. Her artifact is Taya's Bomb. This is just when heroes are low, she increases her heal multiplier. Ultimately, this is single target heal. Yeah, ultimately you could throw her in a Golden Scarab for more attack. That would benefit her. Her exclusive increases her attack speed, so that does help her out a little bit. Taya's Bomb is just what I found to work the best for her. So now we're on to the second row. Sorry, this gearing portion does take a little bit, but I do want to explain everything that I've done with this, and I did put a lot of thought into this. So this portion, Mystia, Soulbound Arcana, and Wicked Vengeance, like most of my damage dealers. Attack bonus with a flat HP roll, but then beyond that we have crit rate, crit damage, attack speed. This is just in general what you run an attack damage dealer in. This is a quad stat amulet. Attack bonus again, crit rate, crit damage, attack speed, and then flat attack. Honestly, the flat attack is good here, but I think a rage regen would just allow her to push out another ult and would allow a little bit more damage. I don't know if I come across one, maybe I'll test it out. We'll see. And then this piece is a HP bonus substat, but attack bonus main with attack speed, crit rate, crit damage. I have a lot of these pieces because I've specifically sought them out, and I've upgraded some of them from Wisdom to Soulbound Arcana, because this has just been a more consistent way to keep my people alive. I always like having that extra HP bonus, and that does help a lot. So this weapon is attack bonus, crit damage, crit rate with HP bonus. And then this chest piece is another quad chest piece with flat attack, crit rate, attack bonus, and crit damage. Having her in more attack speed could also help a bit. Her total stats are 28k HP. I would like a little bit more HP, but that's just what the gear rolled out with. 21,000 attack, a 1.6 second attack interval, because like I said, I would like a little bit more attack speed, but that's how it rolled out. And then 333.5% crit damage, and obviously crit capped, and she is running a Tear of Twilight. So Numera is next, and she is not skill capped because her basic, it's just an extra 5% damage. Could it help? Sure. So Numera, she is at almost 40k HP, but she was still the only one to die in that one run you guys saw. Ironically, first one to die. She's got 2800 defense, almost 20k attack, 1.5 second attack interval with 345% crit damage, and she is an attack bonus with HP bonus substat with crit rate, crit damage, attack speed. This is almost the same amulet, except it's got flat HP instead of percentage HP. That's all there is to that. And then attack bonus main with an HP sub and crit rate, crit damage, attack speed. Like I said, I have a lot of these types of pieces on my account because I have specifically sought them out. And then another Wicked Vengeance quad piece. This is crit rate, attack speed, attack bonus, and crit damage. Solid piece here. And then this piece is an HP bonus substat, but we have attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage. So Wicked Vengeance, Soulbound Arcana, like a lot of our other builds. In it here, I did gear him for damage. He doesn't do a ton, but he is geared for damage. His got 29k HP. He's got 17k attack, a 1.6 second attack interval, and then a 306 crit damage. This is much like these other pieces: attack main, crit damage, attack speed, HP bonus. This is a quad stat, which he is in a quad stat. It's not the best quad stat in the world, but it is still a quad stat, and he's still not doing a ton of damage, but that's that. And then he is in a crit damage bangle or ring with a flat HP, attack speed, crit rate, and attack bonus. And then he is in Warlord over here. This was mainly because I wanted to keep his basic attack as much as possible, so this gives an extra 30 attack speed. But this weapon is attack bonus, crit rate with HP bonus and flat HP, just to try and keep him alive. He is quite squishy. And then his chest piece is attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and then an HP bonus, because it's flat HP main, as all chest pieces are, so you can't get an HP substat. He has got no extra defense. He managed to stay alive just fine, no issue there. And Tier Twilight, as normal. Firstly here, he was a fairly important build, but he's also fairly easy to build. He likes having attack, he likes having HP, attack speed helps, and rage regen does help as well. So HP bonus, I believe I went on main on most of his. Nope, I did 2 attack bonus and HP bonus. But we have as much attack, HP, we have him as tanky as possible. So we have HP bonus with the relevant stats being defense, attack, and rage regen. Attack bonus with defense, heal effect, defense, and HP bonus. And then attack bonus with HP bonus, attack speed, and heal effect. Crit damage is irrelevant here, but it's there. His weapons over here, I have him in Warlord so that he gets that extra attack and attack speed because he benefits from both. Flat attack, or not flat attack, attack percentage, HP bonus to the moon, attack speed, and flat HP. And then chest piece, flat attack, defense bonus, HP bonus, and then attack bonus. And then he is in Euphoric Orb to just give everybody a little bit faster attacks periodically, including himself. He is not max skilled. I don't know if these would help any, but I just haven't had a need to put them into him yet. And now for Ares. Probably the most interesting build of this. He is in Wings of Grace, and he is in HP bonus with attack speed as much as possible, and some rage regen. More rage regen would be cool, and a little bit more defense would be nice too. HP bonus with defense, attack, crit rate. This is just, that's how this shook out. I would like more defensive stats on here for this, but he survived just fine. And then HP bonus again with flat HP, defense percentage, attack speed, and rage regen. And then Immortal Warrior over here for the tankiness. Flat HP, defense, and HP bonus, and then attack speed. And then the chest piece is the same stats. And then for his artifact, he's using Key of the Forsaken, just for more HP. I want him as tanky as possible. So that was the builds. That is how it's done. I will go ahead and mute myself. I will do an auto fight. Let's see if it hits the 44k. It should easily hit 35k. And with, like I said, a little bit more tuning, a little bit more defensive and healing, I think this team should be able to hit 60k. This team I did hit leaderboard with, and by the way, this is insane, but I did hit around 55 yesterday in leaderboard. It looks like today it's going to be around 80 to 90. So I will go ahead and mute myself, and we'll end out on a auto fight, and hopefully it does well. All right, looks like it ended out at 43. Not my top score, but it'll work. Maybe it hits leaderboard, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It is well over the 35 that I need for that chest. And once my guild starts hitting it, I will actually push it a little bit more. Let's see. Nope, not even on the leaderboard today. Not a problem. It happens. But if you've made it this far, I appreciate you watching. Let me know if this helped you down below. Let me know if it was just, too out of reach or anything like that. I understand that it is a very end game thing to hit this, but I did want to make a team and make a video on this team because, like I said, I think this is a somewhat unique team. There's a lot of pieces from a lot of other teams put into this. And as you can see here, 44, 453 is my top score with this team. That should be able to go up farther with more awakenings and different units, but we will see. Like I said, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I know this is a long video, and I will be editing it tomorrow, so hopefully I don't screw up any of the editing. If you liked it, definitely like it. If you disliked it, go for it. If you made it this far and you dislike it, hey, I mean, I deserve the dislike, I suppose. Definitely subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to see specific things, let me know in the comments below. And let me know what your highest score on Abyss 1 is. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.